Yo, yo, yo.
Baby.
What's good?
Yeah.
How is everyone? Hi.
Yeah,
hi,
we're back.
hi.
We're back.
We miss you guys so much. But we're back. Welcome and welcome and welcome to the new and the loyal olds. You know, the new loyal olds. Welcome to another episode of Awesome Thoughts Podcast. And yes, to the new loyal olds, we'd like to say please do make sure that since now that you have stumbled onto this great platform of great laughter and some knowledge and wisdom, we'd like you to follow us on our social media platforms, which is at Awesome Thoughts on Instagram and Awesome Thoughts on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. So guys, today we would like to get into something that I feel is sort of a myth in a sense, because it shouldn't really apply, honestly. The honeymoon phase, they call it, you know, and there's just so many definitions on what it is and when it starts and how long it lasts and blah 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 blah. But I'm just like, why does it have to end?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be a phase? I mean, yes, I get it. There's certain things that might be toned down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because now
lifestyle changing.
You maturing in the relationship as well.
Energies come as well.
Exactly. But then
responsibilities.
The main thing, which is intimacy, happiness, affection, love, and all of that should still, you know, be maintained. So yes, going out might be, but maybe, okay, I couldn't go out with you, but like, how about we stay in, you know, have a little staycation and just have some fun and enjoy each other's company. You know, at the end of the day, it's just being in one space. You know, and getting that good feeling and the good and whatever and reconnecting, you know, rekindling that thing.
Tell her.
Doing that thing, you know. So yeah, starting off with the punches, yes. So you know what I mean? I feel like a honeymoon phase, it really, I mean,
I don't think it should end personally. I mean,
it shouldn't even be there, you know?
It's a honeymoon phase because everything looks perfect at that particular time and you just like overlooking everything, even the red flags.
I guess.
But then, I don't think that should end.
Yeah, but you see, you know, from what you just said right now, I feel like, okay, yes, in the beginning, maybe you might, it happens. You tend to just, you know, ignore little things, which is not advised, honestly. If it really doesn't treat you the right way, you need to nip it in the bud immediately. Because, you know, after when the honeymoon phase, as they say, I'm going to put the inverted commas, because like when it's done, it's gonna be like, you know, you've changed or now you've become sour. Like, no, I haven't changed. I just, you know, I've dealt with this so much and I can't take it no more. But the thing is, you were supposed to stop it from the beginning, because then it's like, why didn't you say it from the start?
Yeah, this is the thing. You shouldn't confuse these other things. Like, you know, you think you are in love even if you see red flags, you see.
You should always,
because you know that thing in the long term. That's why they always say, when you do something, when you start something, start with the end in mind. So whenever you start something, you already know how it's gonna end. Are you seeing some kids? Are you seeing are you seeing?
See the final.
Exactly. So then it's easy for you to just identify, even on the first day, even, you know, with 10 minutes into a conversation with someone, sometimes you can tell that no.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's you can feel.
Step.
It's cool. You know that they say it's a vibe.
Yeah, but you know, once you get the right one and you get in it, the honeymoon phase doesn't have to end.
It doesn't even have to exist.
Because you do your vetting, as long as you did your vetting properly before you getting into anything, then the honeymoon phase doesn't have to end, because now you know that this person qualifies, they meet the criteria, now let's get the ball rolling, let's do this.
But from what I'm just thinking, I've been saying it doesn't have to exist, because you keep the happiness for going for as long as you want it, as long as, like you said, if you've seen a proper end, then you maintain it, yes. But we can't call it a phase. We just call it a good, healthy relationship. Because why does there have to be a time where we're dreaming and having good times, loving each other, and then there has to be a time where that either doesn't happen anymore or it's happening less frequently now, and then it's all on some like, you don't love me anymore. You started seeing someone else, or you don't pay attention. It's all these, it's crazy things, because maturity, I get it. It's also, a thing that plays a role. It's understanding. One of the advices that was put out today. Understanding that, if someone, you just see where a person is at.
Just to add on to what you are saying, what happens when things get to that point, what my assumption is.
Okay.
I might be wrong, right?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of, we are so much in love with each other for this. Remember, before we meet, I've had a life. You also had a life of your own.
Yeah.
You have your own friends who were fitting in that life.
Yeah.
But now, because you are with me, your friends won't fit, or my friends won't fit in this life. Right?
Yeah.
Then this life takes me by storm. I enjoy everything, it's love for the next 2 years or 6 months or whatever. Then all of a sudden, maybe I might start missing my old life.
Yeah.
But so then you start every now and then, you see, going to see friends and whatnot. Whereas you could just do the same thing with your partner that you used to do then, because it's growth, right?
Yeah, it is. I feel like, okay,
because it's just basically what we're saying is that, what I'm trying to put across is that fun dies out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we all say, I want to be happy, I want to have a family to come home to. But the thing is, we all have that wild side. We all want to have fun. And the funny thing is, that part of us is the one that controls us most in all the decisions that we do. So now, if everything is going and it's now boring, you are used to. Sometimes life is hard, man. You're stressed with work. You need something that's just gonna lift you up.
But then here's the thing. I get what you're saying, right? But how come you still can't do that? You're supposed to be able, like you said, you had a life before. You're supposed to still be able to go to your life before.
But
who's trapping you?
My new partner is tired. Now there's kids. We can't go out together.
But you see, that's the thing. Which means you haven't grown. Because you. That's what I just said. Maturity plays some type of role, because things change in life, and stages change. Yes, okay, maybe a phase, it just becomes a little more serious, I guess, if they want to say honeymoon phase. It just gets a little more serious. It's not that the love is any less, the attention is any less. Sometimes, yes, in the beginning, you want it to be as fun as ever. We went everywhere and anywhere, every weekend. But now it's time to get to reality. If we're trying to get to this other place,
we gotta save money, we gotta do this,
we gotta do that.
Now you're not
becoming a bit serious
anymore. We're eating, we're cooking from the house,
And
that takeaway thing is gone.
Depending on where you're at in your life, what you want, hence that's the main thing we would say is an advice, that know what you want. You know what I'm saying? Know what you want in a relationship, know what you are gonna bring, and know what you want to accept, so that, because then when it starts to get serious, that's when you might not be like, okay, I'm not ready for this, and that's where it has to die. Yeah,
there's no excuse. Life changed, things happened, responsibilities and everything, but the honeymoon phase, basically you will never stop loving your person.
Yeah, this is why they always say you need to continue to date and all that stuff. Just, it's not going to happen. That's why I said it's the serious part. It's not going to happen all the time, but you the effort that you put in to maintain it, that once in a while, maybe every week, every Wednesday, we're going out somewhere, just us, just to, for the connection. It's not all the time, but you trying, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it. The fact that you're trying, effort.
Yes, but another thing that I think is the reason why the honeymoon phase is existent is because it's that period or time whereby everyone can be fake to meet that person's needs for that particular time, because they want to know what it feels like to be with this person. Liking the idea of being with someone. Sometimes it makes you change yourself. Guys will be lying a lot, I got a lot of money, I got this, I'm spoiling that time, I'm swimming in debt, but I'm trying to get you, you know what I'm saying? Thinking after 6 months maybe you come down when we're in a relationship, then you start eating pap and mroho in the house. But then we find that, you still want that and I can't keep up anymore. Then lifestyle changes. Same with girls, ladies, you can accept some things which you don't like, but
yeah, if like I always come up to you, I come visit you and I'm beat, like I'm just like makeup is on another level, and then I expect that after some time I'm just gonna show you the makeuplessness, and you're like, whoa.
I did not sign up for this.
It's too much of a surprise. That's why you gotta hit him with it within the first days.
That deserves a bell.
Honestly, that's the best thing I could tell you guys. This whole thing because who does it help to be fake?
Yeah, it doesn't help anybody, because sooner or later reality is gonna catch up. You fall from cloud 9, then
Exactly. Who does it help to be fake? As I've mentioned before many a times, my mom has said, you show off the you, the unfiltered and the filtered, but within the beginning, within the beginning of the whole situation.
So that you're either here or you're passing, you're leaving.
Exactly,
so that
you know what I'm saying?
The honeymoon phase won't end in that case, because you chose this, you're cool with it,
You gotta see me in both lights. But immediately, so that you know that are you staying or not, because I'm not going to show you that I've got 3 hairs, until it's 6 months in. What if I showed you within the first, I'm just saying, but in the first few, days, you would have been like, you know what, I accept you, my little Baldy, and let's continue with this love affair,
Yeah.
Exactly. Or you would have been like, no, I want some, which is possible. I mean, we got wigs and weaves and all these things. But anyways.
And I
don't
think
be fake.
I also think that honeymoon phase happens because there's a lot of action going on. During the first days, most couples, it's a busy time. You're going out, you're watching movies, new things, new stuff, new this. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly,
it's a phase until you're like, now we can't. Now it's time to face each other inside the house, locked down for 6 months. I wasn't ready for this. Can't you
Yeah, but
but there's a lot of distractions. So I think
it's rushing into things. Because how is it that we still past that phase and we're already living together? I mean, I don't know. I mean, people do what they want, but there's situations where it's too soon, because there's conversations that have to be had before 2 people can cohabitate under one roof.
And also, I think it's also good to
visiting is not the same as when you're actually staying there.
Yeah.
It's different.
And it's also good. What I think is, it's good for you to have a one-on-one with somebody during the first days without distraction.
Yeah,
For a couple of good reasons. Number one, to see if the bedroom side is okay.
Oh, the intimacy.
Yeah, and then number two, you see that okay, the true colors,
exactly.
Without other distractions, because if you're always partying with friends, you guys have never been alone together.
Exactly. You don't realize whether you do click or you don't click.
Yeah.
It's just we're doing this, and we're with that couple. It's like
quality time.
It's like a facade, they call it. You're being fake. You're just being a couple out there with other people. Like, oh, they're a great couple, but no. Y'all don't even have
when some true colors come out, then some people start crying.
Like when shit goes down, they're not even the first person you want to talk to.
Yeah.
They're like, they find out from
when
somebody else
hates you.
that, I heard you had a little accident. I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you when, after you had told 59 other people. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm supposed to be your bestie.
No. It's too much. It's too much.
A lot of work.
It's too much. But whether it is a phase, whether you believe in it or not, let's just try to maintain the things that we did. Let's not also be fake,
Don't you want to tell them a story time?
I don't really. Oh, well, let me just say, let's get into our own. Let's tap into our own story.
Okay. Now I'm celebrating. I like story time.
For us, it's weird. It's a vice versa type of situation. And now that you made me think about it, because I had forgotten for a second. But I was just like, in the beginning, well, like number one, I said, don't be fake. Just show me who you are. Just, let us live in whatever we're living in, or do whatever we're doing, however we're doing it.
Yeah.
And that is that. And if I'm down for it, I'm going to be down for it. If I'm not, I'm going to just be like, you know what? Peace out.
Pass.
I'm not for it, Find every excuse under the sun not to come around.
Yeah.
But it was the opposite in that sense. But then we switched, because you see, in the beginning, that's where you're supposed to be going out a lot and doing all these extra things. But we was inside. We was like still in the shell.
Netflix.
I don't understand. Like, it was exactly, we were like Netflix and chilling most of the time.
But always there were drinks. That's one thing for sure.
We was just having our own turn up in our own space, realizing that we actually are the type of people that enjoy being within, and our own, like our company, we enjoyed each other's company, so
we still do.
We could be, wherever, but as long as we're together,
we're having a party of our own at that party.
Having our own party at a party, or just making a party any other day.
Yeah,
it's just the two of us, but we're enjoying each other's time. We're learning each other at that time. The intimacy is one-on-one, face-to-face, and having conversations here and there. And it's a fun time. It doesn't have to end, Well, for us, as I'm saying, it started later within the stages. Normally, I checked out the meaning on Google. It's going to be like what I remember. I'm just going to say what I remember. But it's like, within from 6 months to like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the phase is. But it started between the second year or so.
The second
year, because we're going on the fourth. Yeah. But you see, it started there, and it's like, wow, we just went into a whole different thing. We
still do.
We started being adventurous. I mean, whoa, we're going extreme now. I mean, hello.
Yeah.
We're going extreme, but you see, it's changing. We're growing, and that's the whole point. I guess that's all. I mean, we're not professionals. We're not like all these experts. We're just telling you our perspective. Hence, we always want you.
Yeah, this is not certified counseling, guys.
You know, exactly. We're just giving you our side of things and how we see things. That's why we always encourage you to bring your own perspective, because sometimes there's things that you don't think about it, or and yes, we might not all agree, which is fine. It's absolutely fine.
We don't have to agree.
You have your point, and the only thing that's necessary is that I respect it and understand it. That's it. That's all we need. Whether you agree or you don't, I just need to respect what you say and your opinion, and see where you're coming from, and see in a different point of view, because we don't think the same as people, which is why it's so great to be different, because you're learning. Life is all about learning. I don't know who came up with learning, but yeah. Or it's within us, but it's natural to just want to get something different from someone else.
Life is all about learning. That's why they say do the knowledge before you do the wisdom.
Exactly, because you're not that type of person out here like, I know everything. I'm about to tell you what to do. No, we advise, because advice is basically like giving someone your 2 cents, but you take it
based on your experiences. So we are saying
exactly.
Honeymoon phase doesn't have to die.
But just remember, whether you take it or you leave it, just remember what I tell you, what I just said with me and King's story. It's not going to happen the same for everybody else. Everybody's story is different, which makes it so beautiful, because that's what we want to hear. We want to hear all these other different ideas, and it's giving ideas to the single people. But then still, it's not going to happen exactly. But you're gonna get you're gonna get your fairy tale, inverted commas, because it is what it is.
We are all unique. Guys. We have different experiences. We hang out in different environments. We have different hobbies, different lifestyles, and all that. But amongst that, we go through the same things, but in different ways. If you look at the kind of pain that everybody goes through, it's almost the same. But it's just that she went in a different way, and somehow. So is the love story. So is everything else,
Yeah.
But there's
that's why we can relate.
Exactly, So don't compare yourself to anybody. Sometimes the honeymoon phase comes, later in, but it doesn't have to end. All I'm saying is, if you fall feeling in love with your person,
but here's the point.
That's a good feeling. It has to stay.
But you see, that's why I just want to come back to it. I feel like it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist.
Okay, so we want to sign a petition if the honeymoon phase.
Oh, I'm gonna make a poll. Fine then. If you're trying me, I'm gonna make it on Facebook. Awesome Thoughts.
Yeah.
Check out the Relationship Talk with Awesome Thoughts group and join it and get in on this poll, and on Instagram as well. You want to try? Because seriously, I don't think it should exist. Because why? Why should I measure how long I'm supposed to treat you a certain way? Why am I supposed to measure how much fun I want to have?
I'm not going to say that statement again, but...
Hence I said, don't be fake, Whip it out on the first few days. Show him or her what you really look like, or what you really like, how you eat, how you live. Sometimes it takes a little longer to do stuff, but be you. You know what I'm saying? Be you, and it's gonna.
If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't.
Exactly.
If you have a beautiful body, for girls, well, it's gonna be a little difficult for you guys, because being beautiful, everybody always wants something from you, even if it might not really be.
Oh no, but I'm gonna say this. We're all beautiful. We all have problems. Just a woman in general, we all have situations and problems. Okay, if we were to start talking about it now,
viva!
It's a whole other podcast on its own, just talking about the problems we go through as women. But I just say, as long as you know what you want, you can just brush these things away. These like flies, you just swat the ones that you don't, that are not necessarily because you want to get to that nice dish of yours and you don't want nasty things still lingering, you know. You don't want nasty flies still lingering.
A paper trail.
You could be, you know, the type where like, okay, because you're like, you've got everything, and so they would say, you just know what you want and go for that, because all these compliments, they'll be thrown, yes, left, right, and center, but what exactly are you gonna give me besides a hey sweetie?
Yeah, and what are you doing?
My size. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a Saba whale might help.
No, you don't Saba me. It's like temporary. It's like me Saba McDonald's. You know, because you get it that one time and then you're like, okay, I'm fine. Or until like another time, like I want it again. No. No, I need to be wanted all the damn
food.
time.
A daily menu.
Exactly. I'm your breakfast, lunch, and supper or dinner.
Okay then.
All right then. But yes, guys, I feel like we've reached the conclusion of conclusions. You know, let's not believe in this honeymoon phase thing. Go with the flow. You know, most of the time they say, I'm gonna stop. I'm wrapping up. I promise.
Okay.
But most of the time they say, you know, before they would say like they don't want to label a relationship. Let's just see what's happening and let's just go with the flow. Because it puts less pressure.
What are we?
What are we?
To Zimbabwe.
No, exactly. What are we? We're people. No. Let us, you know, it's the same concept that some people like, let's not define this. Let's just enjoy each other and enjoy each other's time. And as time goes, we'll naturally, you know, mold into whatever we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? If we, you know, and then if it becomes that, then that's what it will be. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's the same thing. Don't think about the fact that, it's a honeymoon phase, and it's gonna end. Things will
Basically,
change.
it's time that you are wasting, that you'll never get back. Because it's a honeymoon phase, it's a 2-year phase, which didn't turn out to be anything.
But reality is, it could hit quicker.
Yeah. But for the worst, it could quickly hit longer.
I mean, with you, you know, it happened. Here's another little story. It happened that, you know, we were having a good few weekends. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sucking his energy and breathing his air. And then as a businessman, he had to do business. And I was like, okay. But then the clingy mind, the insecure mind comes in like, is it fading away? Does he not like me anymore? Is he trying to get away from me? Is he seeing somebody else this time? You know, because you know all this nonsense comes into your head, but then for no reason, if your real gut is not really telling you that, then stop stressing yourself out. Relax. You know, go with the flow. If you don't want to, just don't think about it. Just don't put it in your head. And then you realize, you know, because after that I realized that no, he's a busy person. Let me get busy with my own grind, and I won't really notice the amount of time I am missing, you know, this person until, you know, it's late at night and there's nothing that can happen. It's time to go to bed, and you know, that's it. I've survived a day without you. You know, it's survival. That's it. To survive.
Well, you're happy because lockdown came. Now, dude's working from home. Everything is done from home.
Lockdown has spoiled the out of me. The both of us, and don't even try to hide from this. The both of us, because even I try to have a discipline and a restraint. And who's calling? Who's looking for me? That time he's at work, right?
Hey, leave me alone.
Speak now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, now that I've outed you, we're going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. this episode.
It's been real.
Let us go with the flow. Let us not think about things that are going to stress us out. Enjoy each other. Find out if you guys blend. And don't waste each other's time. And most importantly, heal.
Hola.
Peace out.